Good morning, everyone. Hoping everyone's doing well. I just realized I don't have a coffee. So I've got I'm gonna be bad and play a song while I run and grab a coffee so there's not just dead air. Um so yeah, I don't have any uncopyrighted songs, so this is gonna be interesting.
Guerrilla Radio.
You gonna play it? Or what?
You are currently on a button. To click this button, press Control, Option, press Pause button.
I did have this planned. I wanted to go grab some fucking coffee.
You are currently on a button.
This is not what I wanted to have playing. But better than nothing.
Press Pause button.
And I'm back, and I know Tool's a great song. Tool's a great band, but they also have like 8,000 minute long songs. So yeah. Good morning, chat. Good morning, Chadwick. Good morning, Jesse to Gulf City Fennec Fox. Good morning, Gulf City Freedom. I hope everyone's doing well. I know that was a bit of a risk, but I needed my damn coffee. So we're gonna do a bunch of we're gonna talk about a bunch of fun stuff today. We've got some news to deal with, but we've also got some interesting developments on the internet to look at as well. So the first thing that I'm gonna laugh about, I didn't. I should be fine. I don't. When I do that, I don't intend to play the whole song. But I just figured it would be better than dead air. um, so yesterday, I'm sure all of my American viewers will know, um, the the American citizens got a text, a presidential alert, and let me tell you, I'm pretty sure you can play something like 29 seconds of something copyrighted and you'll be okay. And I think if you don't, like, I think if you provide commentary or something after the song, I think that is also fair use. So, really quick, what a wonderful song that was, don't you think, chat? That was just an amazing song by Tool. um, anyway, Twitter was just a buzz with ridiculous behavior. There was one that put out by somebody named Diane Phillips that said, my phone was invaded by the Orange Menace today. With commentary, you can play the whole song. Okay. It was, yes. Tool is awesome. I was actually trying to play Guerrilla Radio by Rage Against the Machine, but you know what? I'll settle for Tool, because Tool is... I'm not even going to say just as good. Tool is better. Tool is better than Rage, I think. Don't at me. I like Rage, but still, Tool is better. So this crazy person on Twitter said that Donald Trump was raping people through technology. Yes. Digitally raped. That one made me laugh. Yes, Chadwick. And then this morning I saw a tweet saying that the presidential alert is like getting an Amber Alert from the guy who did it. And it's like, okay, really, guys? You just... Trump's bat signal to the Patriots. Yes. Hi, Ghost Dog. Great to see you. All right, Churchy. Hope you can catch up. Hope it's not too much of a workload for you. It's like, how can you let somebody live? Like, even if Trump was this horrible, terrible, Machiavellian, just evil supervillain, why would you want to give him more power by falling to pieces every time his name is mentioned, every time something that has to do with the president's office is mentioned? Like, do you really think Trump was there and pushed the button that said, yes, make the emergency system go off? No. He had his, like, handlers do that. He wasn't sitting there going, wah ha ha ha, I'm going to send this message to make all of the social justice warriors cringe. Like, how do these people seriously breathe and think at the same time? Stuff happens. Technical difficulties have put me 2 hours behind. At least I get paid for those 2 hours I was on the phone with IT. Oh, God. Fun. Fun, fun. Yeah, do you know what actually cracks me up is that people actually thought it was a message from Trump. Yeah, Chadwick, that was amusing as fuck. That was, like, seriously, if Trump was gonna send a message, do you think it would it would be something else. Like, if it was me, if I was Trump and I was actually sending a message, I'd just put MAGA, send. Oh, Robert Burke says, how many people got the alert? Oh dear. Low battery. Low battery, that's not helpful. Yeah, every single person got in the US got the text yesterday. It's a national alert thing. It's not from Trump, even though it says presidential alert. Yeah, Chadwick, it's people's reactions to this are just freaking amusing as fuck. It we know this, but isn't Twitter enough? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. We have a similar like emergency alert system in the US or in Canada, but I don't think there's like a prime ministerial message or anything. I don't understand why people are getting so crazy about something that's designed to make things better and warn people. Some are saying it means something bigger. You do know Jeff Sessions is testifying today. Oh no, I didn't. He already has his Twitter to troll us all. Why would he need a direct link? So that he can psychologically fuck with us. Yeah, Obama was the one that started this, Chadwick. You're right. This wasn't even Trump's idea. All I know is yesterday my phone screamed at me and it didn't say nothing. Yeah, straight Sith mail. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Oh my goodness. And the other thing that happened yesterday on the YouTubes was this BetterHelp scandal that happened. Now, a bunch of YouTubers were approached by this service, which was supposed to be a counseling, like an online counseling service. And this thing approached a bunch of YouTubers for sponsorship videos, including Andy Worski, Philip DeFranco, stuff like that. And it's been shown. I know he's a pain in the ass on Twitter. Yeah. Thank you. This story is driving me nuts. Yeah. So what happened was I actually tried to use the app back in January or February because my city is torn to shit construction wise, and the two main counseling services that are available, oh excuse me, a bit of a yawn there, that are available in our city are right in the thick of the construction, and they do not offer telephone counseling. So I was like, hey, there's this online service that could be useful for somebody like me. I'm going to check it out. Is this another scam like the CBD oil? I didn't hear about the CBD oil, but this is another Candid. Pincalo and I were talking about this just before the show. This is another Candid. Oh, I turn it off, but in Colorado you need the weather alerts. Yeah. So, my thing is, I'm not like my problem is that I went to try and use this app back in January, February, and it looked great on the front page of the website. It was saying, we provide access to professional quality counselors with low fees, like it's income based, all this really great stuff. It's not just candid, it's a candid that is openly supported by the most skeptical of skeptics, not just people who call themselves skeptics, but people who actually are. Yeah. And when something just told me, because this was online therapy and this was my mental health, something just told me to look at the terms of service and the fine print. So I, got my screen reader going, and it's hard to listen to terms of service with a robot. It like I don't like I bet you guys have some hard time listening to the news with that screen reader. But imagine listening to freaking legalese over and over again. But I got through that terms of service, and it actually said that they do not provide, they cannot guarantee that the counselors on their platform are professional or even trained and qualified counselors. If you look at if you watch Andy Worski's YouTube video that he put out last night. Now, I do want to say that it was good on him that he owned that he did a sponsorship video for them, and that he should have looked into it. Because seriously, if me, some freaking nobody on the internet months and months ago looked into it for herself and was like, well, this is weird. And I don't know why I didn't say anything. Like, I thought, and they sell the messages that you send to them. Yeah. If you watch Andy's video, he talks about the people's credit cards were being billed not for weekly sessions, but for a month. So they would be billing instead of by week. They would lump all of the weekly sessions into a monthly charge and bill the credit card that way. And also, people signing up for the 7-day trials were getting charged before the 7 days were up, and they weren't given an option to cancel their payments. Hi, Fleet Admiral. And sometimes the counselors wouldn't even show up to the sessions. So these counselors were getting paid, but they weren't showing up. And Andy even said that he ended up getting screwed in his sponsorship deal with them. He was supposed to get $200 per click, I guess, per sign up if people clicked the link on his video. And he ended up getting half of that per sign up. So he got 12 people signed up under his video, and he got, instead of he should have gotten $2,400, but he got $1,200. So they absconded with half of the money that he was supposed to get. And if you don't tell them to stop charging you, they'll continue charging you. Yep. Boogie was talking about this last night. He would send a bunch of messages to the message board and only get a response the next day. Yeah. So this is, and what Andy was saying was he was approached on World Mental Health Day. So they were pulling on the heartstrings of content creators and going like, hey, it's World Mental Health Day. Don't you want to help out your fans? And like this is messed up. this is like I'm glad I read that terms of service, and I'm glad I didn't sign up because like and it was hard not to because I was in a really bad spot mentally and I really needed somebody to talk to. But I didn't trust this site, and it turns out I was right not to trust this site. And this is, yeah, I'm really glad that I listened to my gut basically and said no. Because I do struggle with depression and stuff. I don't talk about it very much right now because I'm doing okay. We'll see how that happens, how that changes in the wintertime. But yeah, Alex, that's a good point. Let's do the math. I do. I signed my friend or viewer up for a $60 service. I get $200 for that. Where's the money coming from? I don't have time to be depressed. And that's why people call it a pyramid scam. Yep. It's absolutely true. But I can't imagine so I've been in a place where I'm so desperate for help that you just will talk to anybody, and this is dangerous. Like they're getting money out of people, they're getting data out of people, they're getting this is just a bad thing, a bad spot that people are in. It's funny how shit rolls downhill, but money rolls up. Isn't that always the way, Chadwick? It's always the way. The money always seems to go up, and the crap that goes with it always just seems to tumble down on the rest of us. Isn't that awesome? Don't you just love that? Well, those were my things that happened on the internet today. Shall we have some news, as Drunkle says? Shall we have some news? He's gonna freaking find this channel one day, and he's gonna be like, "Oi, stop stealing my bit, you blind bitch!" No, that was a terrible drunken uncle. I will never do that again. I apologize. All right, let's get my Twitter DMs open. I've got some news for you. If anyone, like we said yesterday, if you're on Twitter, gimmick infringement. Yep. All right, let's open Twitter and get to the news. And while I'm doing that, my friends, let me take the time to say, if you like what I'm doing here, please like and share the stream. It helps quite a lot. And if you're able and willing, you can go to streamlabs.com/blindpress or patreon.com/blindpress. Links are in the description. Also, the Streamlabs link is at the very beginning of chat as well. What did I just do here? There we go. Oops. You ever have a blank on a password that you've entered in like forever, over and over again, and you just draw a blank? Drunkle? No, Drunkle wasn't in chat last week. That was Failure, honey. And Irate Bear. Drunkle hasn't been here yet. Because I think Drunkle has a day job. Every time I sign into Google, I can't remember that password to save my life. Yeah. Yeah, totally. I get where you're coming from there, Chadwick. Now. Oh, here's a fun story. It's not sad or anything. Isn't that great? I found this last night, and the nerd in me went, ooh. Load, you stupid. Astronomers think they've found a moon the size of Neptune in a distant star system.
It could be the largest moon we've ever seen. 90% I. Link. Charles Q. Choi. 90. Pause. End of. Illustration of a large beige striped planet and a bluish moon next to it. Image. 90%. An artist's concept of what the planet and its moon, potentially the size of Neptune, might look like. Dan Derda. 90%. Nearly 8,000 light years away from Earth. There's a star about the same size as our sun. Like our own solar system, that distant star is orbited by a planet about the same size as Jupiter. But that's where the similarities end. Around that planet circles a Neptune-sized gas giant, which may be the first moon discovered outside the solar system, and the largest moon ever observed. 90%.
Wow, so imagine this. You've got a planet the size of Jupiter, and orbiting that planet appears to be a moon the size of Neptune. That's fucking incredible. Wow. Wow. I wish I could see what this
90% loaded.
Artist renditioning looks like.
90.
Because that's really cool.
90% loaded. Nearly article continues. Nearly 8,000 like article continue. PP1 done. 90% link. DIY heading level 3 link. Live your best
Where
link. Heading
it?
level 3 link. 90
Article
heading level
continues
link.
below.
Link.
Where's
Heading
the
level
below?
3. Heading level 3 link. Apple Watch link. These tools help site link. Tech 90% link. Heading level 3 link. The physics of throwing a perfect baseball pitch.
Where the fuck
Link.
did
Have
the
you seen
rest of the
link?
story go?
Link. US. Heading link. Gene editing could turn this wild or link. US. Heading level 2. L8 link. Link.
Well, that's
link. Heading level
annoying.
3 link. There's a goblin lurking on the outskirts of our solar system.
This
90% loaded.
website is not at all accessible. There we go.
Over the past 20 or so years, scientists have confirmed the existence of nearly 3,800 exoplanets, or planets around other stars. However, although nearly 200 moons are known to orbit planets in our solar system, Jupiter alone has at least 79. Up to now, researchers had not yet detected any moons around exoplanets. Their discovery was 90% loaded. 90% loaded. 90% link. In Science Advances. Link. Over the past 20 or so. Link. Published today. In Science Advances. To look for such exomoons, astronomers from Columbia University, 90% loaded, 90% load link, examined data from NASA's Kepler Space Telescope on 284 transiting planets, worlds that passed between their stars and the observatory, resulting in a brief dimming of the light of those stars. They focused on worlds that took more than 30 days to complete orbits around their stars. Prior work suggested that worlds that orbited in less time were likely too close to their stars for any moons to survive. Play, 90%.
Oh, that's no moon, that's your mama. Oh, wow. Talk about a lot of spam articles, yeah.
The scientists detected anomalies hinting at a moon around the exoplanet Kepler 1625b. This gas giant is about the same diameter as Jupiter and orbits the solar mass star Kepler 1625 about 7,825 light years from Earth in the constellation Cygnus the Swan. The researchers then requested and received about 40 hours of time on NASA's Hubble Space Telescope to analyze Kepler 1625b during its 19-hour-long transit across the face of its star. Using Hubble, which is about 4 times more precise than Kepler, they detected 2 sets of telltale signs that suggested the presence of an exomoon. We at 90% loaded.
That's really cool. So what it sounds like they're basically Your mom is so dumb. She thinks a lightsaber is a sword on a diet. Oh my god. That was funny. That was funny, straight Sith mail. I'll give you that. That was funny.
90% loaded. 90 pause. Link. Examined. Data from NASA's Kepler. Data from the research an astrophysicist. Link. David Kipping. The researchers then requested and received about 40 hours of link. David Kipping, an astrophysicist at Columbia University. Read more about Kipping's hunt for exomoons. Link. Keep, comma. First, after the exoplanet passed in front of its star. Oops. The researchers detected a second and much smaller decrease in the star's brightness 3.5 hours later. This supports a scenario where a moon trailed a planet like a dog following its owner.
Wow, that's some pinpoint observations. You've got to detect the light from the planet blocking the star, and then you've got to detect the light from the moon blocking the planet and the star. And the moon is always going to be smaller than the planet, even if it's a giant moon like that. That's a lot of hard work. I wonder if they also use the wobble method.
Third-party ad content frame. Third-party ad second. The astronomers found the planet began its transit nearly 80 minutes earlier than predicted. This is consistent with the picture where a moon's gravitational tug would cause its planet to wobble from its predicted location. Although the gravitational pull of another planet could in principle also cause this anomaly, Kepler found no evidence for additional planets around this star during its 4-year mission. Play.
I called it. It wobbled. I love this kind of stuff. It's really
It sounds like they struck gold, said astrophysicist Jean Raymond at the University of Bordeaux in France, who did not take part in this work. Moons are out there and findable. It's an exciting next step in exoplanet exploration. The researchers estimated the exomoon, dubbed Kepler 1625bi, is only 1.5% the mass of its companion planet, a ratio nearly that of Earth and its moon. However, that still means the exomoon may be gargantuan. Kepler 1625b is likely several times Jupiter's mass, so its moon is likely about the mass and diameter of Neptune. You are currently...
Wow! A planet several times Jupiter's mass. Now, since Kepler's been out there, they've been finding planets that are bigger than Jupiter and heavier than Jupiter. But for a planet like that to have a moon the size of Neptune, that's pretty wild.
Play.
That is really cool. I wanted to share that story with you guys so that it wasn't all gloom and doom. Because I really enjoy the space type thing. If I could see, I'd probably be in front of a telescope all the freaking time. Because I just love space and astronomy and all that fun stuff. So that's what story I've got for you. That article goes pretty in depth. And now for the other reason for the title of this stream. To Ferengi are the best species in Star Trek, prove me wrong. Well, they're certainly the greediest species in Star Trek. So do you guys remember last week when I told you about the child killer moving to a healing lodge? The conservatives packages are better. You mean the Packlets? It doesn't need proof. The wrongness of that statement is self-evident. I think dictation changed that to packages, but he meant Packlets. Pincalo meant Packlets. Yeah, Q's awesome. But yes, the Packlets are Pincalo's favorite. Hey, JTR, how are you? So prepare to get thoroughly angry, and then I have some other nice stories for you that we'll end on. Some less angering stories. But yeah, nobody that I know on YouTube is covering this, so.
Heading level 1. After heated debate, hurled insults. Tory motion to overturn child killer's transfer to healing lodge defeated. You are currently. Heading level 3. Facebook. Heading level 2. Convicted Kathleen. Heading level 3. LinkedIn. Heading level 2. Convicted murderer was transferred to Indigenous facility. Kathleen Harris posted, the late Tory Stafford. The House of Commons was the scene of ferocious debate Wednesday over a conservative motion to return her killer to a conventional prison from the Healing Lodge where she is posted. October 3rd. To the late Tory Stafford. The House of Commons was the scene of ferocious debate Wednesday over a conservative motion to return her killer to a conventional prison from the Healing Lodge where she is incarcerated now. Canadian Press. 2,730. A conservative motion to have the government condemn and overturn a decision to transfer a child killer to an Indigenous healing lodge was defeated in the House of Commons today, after another day of heated debate and insults hurled between MPs. You are.
Wow. So the conservatives put up a motion to condemn, to have the Liberal government condemn this. Hi, Hog Silk. So the Conservatives put forward a motion to have the Liberals condemn and overturn the decision that had her moved to a healing lodge, and they said no.
The 82-200 vote came after Tuesday's day-long, politically charged debate on an Opposition Day motion about Terry Lynn McClintic, who was transferred from the Grand Valley Institution for Women near Kitchener, to the Okimanosi Healing Lodge for Aboriginal women on Nekanique First Nation in southern Saskatchewan. McClintic is serving a life sentence for the brutal rape and murder of 8-year-old.
Let's play that again.
McClintic is serving a life sentence for the brutal rape and murder of 8-year-old Tory Stafford of Woodstock, and is not eligible for parole until 2031.
Yet she was transferred to a healing lodge, and the Liberals don't want to overturn that. And Justin Trudeau thinks that next year's election campaign is going to be nasty. Motherfucker, you have no idea. And it's all going to be leveled at you, and it's all going to be deserved. And I don't think I've ever said that about a politician before.
Play button. Politics news. Trudeau accuses Conservatives of politicizing Stafford tragedy. Jump to beginning of the track button. Skip back. Skip forward. About 0 value indicator. Share. Doc. Full screen.
Oh, there's a video.
Buffer. Playback progress. Playback 0. The vote. Trudeau. The PM Justin Trudeau and MP Tony Clement go at it in question period in advance of a Conservative motion asking for a transfer back to prison of Tory Stafford's murderer, Terry Lynn McClintic. 2:47.
Oh, okay.
The vote capped off another round of emotional debate in the House of Commons, where Conservative Deputy Leader Lisa Raitt accused Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of making excuses to avoid sending McClintic back to a conventional prison. Trudeau said the issue shows the stark differences between the two political parties. You are currently on it. This is about a contrast between a party and a government that respects the rules, that respects the independence of our judicial system, that appreciates the professionalism of our correctional services, and a party of ambulance, chasing politicians who are, quite frankly, demonstrating a contempt for the principles of law and debate in this House that is inexcusable, he said.
You piece of shit. How are they ambulance chasing politicians by getting you to send a fucking child rapist and child murderer back to jail? A proper jail. In all fairness, imagine what boring torture staying at a healing lodge is. Yeah, you know what? Yep, they need to skin her alive with a rusty spoon and then hang her in the streets as an example to the rest of them. Yep. At least jail has steak. You rape and murder a child, you deserve to die, period. Yep. Getting a life sentence with parole makes no sense to me. No, you know what? It doesn't make sense to me either, Hug Silk, but like the fact that she's a child killer and a child rapist and the liberals are like, no, she can go to the healing lodge and it's minimum security but you conservatives, you're politicizing this tragedy. But here, look at the difference between the two political parties here that we've got us, that we're trying to respect the rules of the judicial branch of government. And look at us and look how well we're doing. But look at those ambulance chasing bastards over there. How is that not politicizing something? How is that not politicizing the fucking issue, Mr. Trudeau? Can you explain that to me? Because it seems to me you just politicized the issue.
Conservative House Leader Candice Bergen, Quebec MP Alan Reyes, left, and Ontario MP Tony Clement speak to reporters Wednesday after a motion to overturn the McClintic motion was defeated in the House of Commons. Sean Kilpatrick / the Canadian after question period. Reid stood on a point of order and demanded an apology from Trudeau for describing Conservatives as ambulance chasers. The Prime Minister declined to do so.
Of course he did.
Shortly afterwards, Trudeau exited the House and addressed his remarks in the House. The Conservatives are terribly upset that I referred to them as practicing ambulance-chasing politics. But if they're upset, it's probably because it stings a bit, he said. You are...
So basically the political version of, that's right, I said it. I'm waiting for... Do you know what I'm waiting for Justin Trudeau to say now? You know what I'm waiting for him to say now? Catch me outside, how about that? Seriously. The Liberals are going light on this because if they ever get shit for the, or because if they ever get caught for the shit they do, they want the same treatment. Yep. He's trying to push a British tactic, BP. Our government tried to, oh, okay. Where's the positivity that he already invoked regarding the upcoming elections? I don't know, Pink Hollow. That seems fairly negative to me. I don't know where what's going on here.
Twitter tweet, frame. Conservative MP Michelle Rempel lashed out on Twitter about the Prime Minister leaving the House during the vote, calling Trudeau the true definition of disgusting coward.
Yep.
The Conservative motion, proposed by the party's House Leader Candice Bergen, reads, you are correct that, given Terry Lynn McClintic was convicted of first-degree murder in the horrific abduction, rape and murder of 8-year-old Tori Stafford, and was moved from a secure facility to a healing lodge without fences and where the government has confirmed the presence of children, the House condemned this decision and call upon the government to exercise its moral, legal and political authority to ensure this decision is reversed and cannot happen again in other cases.
There are children there? Oh, you. Oh. Fuck you, Justin Trudeau. Fuck you. If any children die and it finds out that it's because of her, that's on your government. That's, wow.
Play button.
All right. It's time to find something that's lighthearted, because fuck that. Nope, not that one. Oh, here's another nerdy thing. That'll be something that'll take our minds off of things. I approve of the title. Wish I had a shotgun sometimes. It's on the reserve. Of course, you have children there. That's right. I forgot. Yeah. Let's get to this story here. Oh, come on. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to navigate through all these links here because it's the New York Times. Alrighty then. Apparently, I'm not going to be able to read that, which really sucks. So I'll summarize. It seems like there might be a ninth. People are saying there might be a ninth planet again, and they're calling it a goblin planet. And it takes 40,000 years to orbit the sun. And yeah, next Trudeau will pardon Paul Bernardo. Yeah, you know what? Oh, sorry about that, you guys. My Discord, it is set up. I just what I'm gonna do when I get off the stream is I'm going to set the rules right then. Sorry about that, Chadwick. Discord is cancer. I know I use it. It may be cancer, but it's better than Twitter. Yeah, you know what? I like Discord. Now that I can use it with a screen reader a bit better, I really like it. Let's see. Judges, teachers wearing religious symbols risk losing jobs. This is from Quebec. This is from the Montreal Gazette.
%, 90% loaded, 90% a planned 90% heading level 1. Heading level 1. Judges, 90% loaded. A planned link. A planned law to forbid public employees link. Andy Riga.
Oh,
a planned law to forbid public employees in positions of authority from wearing religious symbols would better integrate immigrants.
It probably would.
Link. Andy updated. October YouTube link. Link. Premier-elect François Legault steered clear of the topic Wednesday, but his plan to forbid some public employees from wearing religious symbols continued to dominate news about the coalition Avenir Québec's transition to power. You are currently on a day when Legault avoided reporters' questions. The issue surfaced when a CAQ MNA said public servants in positions of authority risk losing their jobs under a secularism law the new government is planning. The CAQ has said the law will apply to police officers, judges, prison guards, and elementary and high school teachers, barring them from wearing symbols such as the Muslim hijab or the Jewish kippah on the job.
As long as this also extends to the Catholic Rosary, I'm okay with that. But if they're going to allow Catholics to wear rosaries, I bet if they were Arab, they would have be left alone and have a panel to teach everyone about their religion. Not in Quebec. That's what I was saying. It was like they better keep this for like the turbans from the Sikhs, Catholic rosaries, like anything, like any religious symbol. It better. I hope that this is what they're gonna do. Not sure where this happened, but somebody just got in trouble for, oh, I read about that because they were doing they had to do an assignment about what it would be like to tell your family that you were converting to Islam. And the stepfather and the mom were like, what the fuck? And now they're being called racist bigots and shit. Yeah, I read about that, or I heard about that, Chadwick.
If such employees refuse to stop wearing the symbols, they will either have to transfer to other jobs or leave the civil service, CAC-MNA Genevieve Gilball, a spokesperson for the transition to government, told reporters. They will be free to move to another job that is not in an authority position, she said. It will be up to them at that moment to make their choice. If they choose to no longer continue with that job, at that point it will be their choice.
Okay. Again, I'm all for this if this extends to every religion and every symbol. If they're gonna pick and choose, then no, I'm not okay for this. But if they want a separation of church and state, and they're going to put a ban on religious symbols on public servants with a public or with positions of authority, and they are sticking to the all symbol thing, then I'm okay with that. I famously worship the sun, and I'm not allowed to bring it into courtrooms. It's too big. Oh, that sucks. If it's across the board banning, I have no issue. Yeah, same here. Same here. That was the UK? Okay. Does that mean I wouldn't be allowed to wear my Buddhist prayer beads? If you were a police officer or a judge or a teacher and you lived in Quebec, then I would assume that that's what that would mean. You wouldn't be allowed to wear your beads at work. It sounds like a response to police chaplains in Virginia Beach. Are they the ones that yelled at you guys for swearing, Pancalo, and fined you for swearing?
So, they will lose their job, a reporter asked. They will make the choice to no longer occupy their jobs if they wish to continue wearing the religious symbol, Gilball answered. She said only a small proportion of Quebec civil service will be affected by the measures. You are currently on.
Yeah, so it's not like all Quebecers are now not allowed to wear religious symbols in public. It's public servants in the vocations of police officers, judges, elementary and high school teachers, which I think is reasonable.
CAC-MNA Simon Jolin Barrett, another transition spokesperson, was asked why the CAC thinks it's a problem for a teacher to wear a hijab in a classroom. He said there's a consensus in Quebec that the state and religion should be separate. You are currently. Since schools are government funded, we want to be clear that in schools that there are no religious signs by the people who teach the students, Jolin Barrett said. You are currently. He said the CAC's plan to enforce secularism has been clear for years and Quebecers gave the party a strong mandate in Monday's election. The comments came a day after like all. Said he would be ready to invoke the Constitution's notwithstanding clause to override the Charter of Rights and Freedoms and push ahead with the ban on religious symbols. You are currently on that start. Link. A review from Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who said governments should not tell people what to wear. Trudeau added that to suppress or avoid defending the fundamental rights of Canadians is something one should be very careful about.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. Wow. Yeah, that is so rich coming from you. Well, cops are supposed to cover tattoos over here, so I see no issue. Yeah. And I agree, if it's across the board, that's fine. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's an all across the board religious symbol ban for those 4 vocations, you know what? I'm okay with that.
Like alt secularism and immigration plans are under fire in some quarters and being applauded in others. Anti-racism activists are organizing a demonstration in Montreal on Sunday to denounce the CAQ's racism, targeting its secularism plan as well as its plan to slash immigration by 20% and to compel new immigrants to take French and Quebec values tests, failing which they would be expelled. You are currently on a
Okay,
text
but
line
if
inside
you
of-
are going to live in Quebec, and like Quebec is famously very much a stickler that you speak French in Quebec, and if you are like, this is assimilate or get out, and they're not saying that you can't wear your religious symbols at all. They're just saying if you happen to work in these 4 civil service jobs, then you can't wear your symbols at work. That's it. That's all they're saying. And slashing immigration by 20% doesn't mean they're saying no immigrants can come here. They're just saying we're not going to take in as many. And they're just saying you need to speak French. You need to know French because that's the language that's spoken most here. And you need to understand, and you need to know about the place that you live in. And if you're not going to take those measures and you're not going to try, then you can leave. What is wrong with that? They're not saying if you don't know French from the get-go, you can't come here. They're saying you need to take French-speaking classes. Is it true that nobody likes Quebec? They are a bit snooty about Justine is the proverbial blind squirrel. Yeah. Quebec is hard to like. There are some wonderful people in Quebec. It's a beautiful place. But there are also some really, really snooty, assholey separatist people that make it less nice. So, guys, well, there's a bit more here.
But some far-right groups, including Quebec's La Mute, have praised Legault's program. You are currently on a text Marine Le Pen, a prominent far-right, but some Marine Le Pen, but some far-right
Le
groups,
Pen?
including Quebec's La Mute, have praised Marine Le Pen, a prominent far-right leader in France, retweeted a story on Tuesday describing the CAQ as nationalistic and anti-immigrant. Contrary to what the liberal immigrationists say, Quebecers voted for less immigration, Le Pen said in her tweet. The lucidity and firmness in the face of the migratory challenge is the common point of the elections of almost all the countries of the world confronted with this issue. Legault was not happy about Le Pen's blessing. In his own tweet, he rejected any association with Mrs. Le Pen. Quebecers are welcoming and generous. We will welcome thousands of immigrants each year, but we will do so in a way that promotes integration. We will take fewer of them, but we will take care of them. You are currently...
See? He's not saying we don't want immigrants. He's just saying we want the ones that come here to actually assimilate and try to become part of society here. No, that's British Columbia. So it's not really that different from everywhere else then. Yeah, no. Straight Sith Mail, no. It's British Columbia is Canada's California. Quebec is Canada's Texas. No, not Texas. What is Quebec? Quebec is Canada's, I don't know. Totally mental, yeah. Louisiana. Quebec is Canada's Louisiana. Yeah, I'd say that. is probably the case.
Asked what the CAC will do to avoid being labeled racist, Jolin Barrett told reporters, "The CAC is a very open party. It's not a question of racism. We will remind people that Quebec is an open, welcoming, inclusive place. We will always denounce racism." And Guilbault said people will judge us on the basis of our actions, and our actions will speak for themselves. They will show that we are a welcoming and inclusive society and government. You are current.
Except if you speak English.
She said the measures targeting immigrants are an attempt to better integrate newcomers into Quebec society. You are current. Guilbault and Jolin Barrett made the comments at a Boucherville hotel minutes after Legault gave an upbeat speech that made no reference to immigration, secularism, or French and values tests. In a brief address to about 100 CAC candidates, many of them newly elected to the National Assembly, Legault said his government will fundamentally transform the province. You are currently on a text element. We will do things in order. We won't go off shooting in all directions, Legault said. But in 4 years, Quebec won't be the same as today's Quebec. You are current. He vowed to fulfill his campaign pledges. We will keep our promises, Legault said. Yes, we will create more well-paying jobs. Yes, we will quickly start to put money back into taxpayers' pockets. Yes, we will take much better care of children with learning difficulties, and we'll take care of seniors. Yes, we will as soon as possible start renovating our schools and our seniors' residences. You are current.
Well, this guy sounds like insane asylum. I was gonna say Utah, useless and filled with white religious people who don't like anyone outside the state. Yeah. Yeah, they would have. Chadwick. I don't denounce racism. I find those that decry racism are generally the most racist people. Yeah, Hog Silk, you're not wrong. Not wrong. Pinkalo, Utah is beautiful, though. So is Quebec. It's just full of crazy people.
Twitter tweet, frame. Legault left without speaking to reporters. Most of the CAC candidates, including Chantal Rouleau, one of only 2 CAC hopefuls to win seats in Montreal, brushed past reporters, refusing to answer questions. You are link. Erica. Post media.
It's like these people, it's like reporters think that they're owed an interview. They refused to answer questions. Well, maybe they had shit to do. They just got elected. Like, you'll have time. Don't worry. People act like they're owed an interview, and it's really amusing. That's why I live in a town so small, it's barely on the map. People suck in general, though. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Well, guys, that's all the news I've got for you today. Like I said, I will fix the Discord roles as soon as I am done with the stream. And tomorrow is the layman's immigration debate. It's going to be fun. We're going to go for about an hour tomorrow, and that should be fun. I'm just going to basically run the stream as usual, and we're just going to do the debate, and we'll go from pretty much right when we start the stream until about 11. And it should be a fun, friendly debate on immigration. I'm just gonna present my views on it and what I think we could do as a country, and yeah, it'll be fun. Nothing crazy heavy or anything, but just a lighthearted debate. It'll be fun. Hey, Gutenberg. A friendly immigration debate? Yeah. Well, I should say an informal immigration debate. How's that? Oh yeah, the traveling to go shopping. I miss the convenience, but not the people. Yeah, Chadwick, I don't blame you. I kind of doubt it. My notes just say literally say gasoline Catholics. Deport. I didn't say that. What the fuck? Don't lie, Pink Hollow. Come on now. I just don't want this to turn into a fucking free for all. That's all. I do not want a free for all on my stream. So, guys, if you've got any questions or comments for me, now's the time to ask or present them, because we're going to wrap up in a few minutes. And I'm just gonna let you guys know. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Let you know what your donations will be going to right now, and that is an office setup for me. My stream, my rules, right? Yep. No, I already steal drunken uncles. Let's have some news thing. So I don't want to I can't steal Tonka's shit too. I got to do something that's mine. But yeah, what I will be using your guys' donations for right now is I don't watch Pokemon. I don't watch Pokemon. I never have. So I'll be getting a chair and a desk right now with your guys' donations. If you guys have heard any creaking and whatever during the stream, that's been me sitting on, those folding chairs. That's what I'm sitting on. So yeah, I'm just I'm actually, and the cool thing is, we can actually find some really nice office furniture for very good prices. So it's not. I hate spending tons of money on things. I'm super cheap, so it's. But yeah, that I just wanted to let you guys know that that's what my first goal is to get some office furniture here. And hopefully with the office furniture, this room will not sound like a giant echo chamber. Ha 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 ha, echo chamber. But it is very echoey in here, so it would be nice to get some furniture here. And yes, there is quite a bit of echo. I'm trying to figure out. I'm gonna hopefully get it. It'll definitely help to get some furniture in here. I want to get some posters and pictures and stuff. I know that blind people, it's like, well, you're blind. Why do you need posters and pictures and stuff? Well, because I know if I pick them out, I know what's on them. And if I help put them up, I know where they are. So on that, I can have pictures and posters if I want. I've actually got asked why I want tattoos because I can't see them. And it's like, well, people can ask me where the idea for that tattoo came from, and I can still tell the story. I still know it's there. Like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. No, it's not good on my back. I actually have a bad back from if you have seen a Braille book. I'm gonna have Pink Hollow find um, the pictures he's got of my bookshelves that have in total about 20 books in on them, but it looks more like about 50 to 100 because each book is broken up into smaller volumes in Braille. So if you imagine a textbook, your normal 400-page textbook in school, that translates into about 20 to 30 Braille volumes. So depending on what pages your class was going to be doing in the textbook, sometimes you might need 2 or 3 of the volumes in your backpack. Now times that by 2 to 3 classes per day, depending on what your schedule was. And there was a lot of stuff in my backpack as a teenager because of that. And then I got hit by a fucking car in 2012. So that didn't help either. If I feel the oil painting, can I tell what it is by the brush strokes? No. My office has no wall art. Just the statue. Oh, okay. Look at some soundproofing stuff too will make it better. Yeah, because then I can do my music too without worrying about sound bleeding through. That would be much awesome. Much awesome. Wow. I left my coffee in the other room. That's my issue. Each volume is 12 inches by 12 inches by about 1.5 inches thick. Yep, that's about right, Pincalo. That's about it. They're not small. I know, right? A coffee stream with no coffee? Shame. I know. I suck. I just wanted to get into my office without my computer dying midstream. Because that would suck. I'm too cheap to buy wall art, plus I'm the only one that would see it, so there's no bother. That makes sense. Makes sense. Well, guys, we've got 11:16 here, so we'll go till 11:20, and then we'll wrap up. So I hope everyone had a great day, or had a great time. I hope the rest of your day is great. You have good good things happen to you. I hope those of you who are at work are able to have not a semi-stressless day. And I hope that everyone will come and watch the debate tomorrow. Don't forget, from the cottage on Saturday night, we'll be doing a Star Trek versus Star Wars stream with my good old dad. And it'll be fun. Free art labor. I just have pictures my students drew. Free art labor. Nice. I'm always at work unless I'm asleep. that's I guess a good way to be, Hog Silk. So yeah, just thank you all again for coming. Please like and share the stream. It helps so much when you guys do that. Thanks for subscribing and coming to watch me and interact with me every day. I really enjoy doing this. I'm glad you guys enjoy it as well. We will talk to you tomorrow. Once again, the Streamlabs links and the Patreon links are in the description. And like I said, we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe.